In Lioness Season 2, Episode 4, 500 children, Joe McNamara and her team uncover a startling find in a Mexican warehouse, which complicates their objective. The CIA program Lioness, which recruits highly talented female spies to infiltrate terrorist groups or any other organizations that pose a threat to the United States, is the focus of Taylor Sheridan's action thriller TV series on Paramount. To bust a Mexican cartel collaborating with China and the Ministry of State Security, the CIA recruits a new undercover operative in Lioness Season 2. In Lioness Season 2, Joe finds it difficult to trust the new Lioness, Captain Josefina Carrillo, following Episode 3. Joe tells Caitlin Meade and Byron Westfield in the opening scene of Episode 4 that Josefina misled her about not speaking Spanish or about her uncle, agencies all of whom want to look good and gain greater budgets. Joe and her group are therefore required to assist Gutierrez in hitting a warehouse just south of the U.S./Mexico border that is thought to be the cartel's staging area. Unfortunately, what they find in the warehouse at the end of Lioness Season 2, Episode 4, certainly isn't what they were expecting. The Lioness Season 2 characters thought they would find drugs in the warehouse in Episode 4. Instead, they discover women and children forced into human trafficking. Joe's squad is almost effortlessly able to break into the warehouse with a lot of help from Josefina in the air, and they are more than surprised when they witness hundreds of terrified women and children inside. It appears as if the cartel is not just smuggling substances, but also engages in human trafficking. Unfortunately, the agents are powerless to save them. Later in Lioness Season 2, Joe nevertheless places a tracker in a small girl's shoe so that they can be rescued by another team. It should come as no surprise that Josefina is in the air during the mission in Lioness Season 2, Episode 4. As this is where she performs best. Joe gives her the order to shoot and murder the Mexican police officers who are coming to the scene. Naturally, Josefina is hesitant, but Joe is adamant, so she is forced to do what her boss says. After all, in Lioness Season 2, Josefina must demonstrate that she is not a mole. Josefina shoots and kills them all, just like Joe urges her to do. The Mexican police approaching the warehouse were not federales, meaning they were local and likely owned by the cartels. In Episode 4 of Taylor Sheridan's Lioness Season 2, Zoe Saldaña's character commands the Lioness to execute Joe and her team because they would be in serious trouble if they made it to the warehouse. In Lioness Season 2, the CIA, DA, and others have a far more difficult mission now that they are aware that the cartel is involved in human trafficking as well as drug trafficking. The danger posed by the cartel in Episode 4 of Taylor Sheridan's Lioness Season 2, Zoe Saldaña's character gives the Lioness the order to execute Joe and her team, because they would be in serious trouble if they reached the warehouse. In Lioness Season 2, the CIA, DA, and others have a far more difficult mission now that they are aware that the cartel is involved in human trafficking as well as drug trafficking. The threat posed by the cartel only grows, which makes Joe's team's job even more urgent. It's time for the real operation to start after the arrival of Cruz Manuelas and 4 Lioness Season 2 episodes. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe.